Greetings, today I wanted to talk about a really exciting announcement that I just found out from NECA. Obviously I am a big NECA figure collector, especially when it comes to like the likes of Ultimate Godzillas and things, and I have a really quite substantial collection when it comes to NECA figures. Now, this particular instance that's just been announced is available to buy, but unfortunately, being in the UK, it will be slightly more difficult to buy because I can't buy directly from the NECA store. So what was announced? Wow. Okay, so it's a werewolf. Okay, what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the Howling, the werewolf from the Howling. That is absolutely insane. The Howling is certainly one of my favourite horror werewolf movies, especially comparatively to the likes of American Werewolf in London. It is highly up there. It's highly up there in my opinion. Now, obviously, NECA have already brought out the likes of the Kessler Werewolf from American Werewolf in London, and indeed the original Wolfman from the Universal Monsters things. That's them side by side. Now, I have done an unboxing look at these on the Zak and Buzz review. Please go seek them out on the channel and see what you think if you want to see an unboxing of those. But anyway, so design wise on this particular werewolf, what I find quite interesting is it does look incredibly similar to the werewolf we do see on screen in The Howling. Obviously in much better lighting, it would seem. But design wise, the first thing that really sticks out at me is the fact, obviously it has got the like elongated ears and things, but it does look incredibly like a slimmed down version of the Kessler werewolf. Obviously it is like a bipedal werewolf as opposed to quadrupedal. So in a sense, it's almost like a combination of the original Wolfman and the Kessler werewolf from American Werewolf in London. Now, as much as I am really excited about this, features-wise, it does seem to feature alternate heads. If I just go through the promo images for it. Yeah, okay. So, it seems to have 3 different heads and 6 interchangeable hands, which, I mean, to be fair, I'm not surprised at, considering it is an ultimate figure from NECA. NECA, at the moment, is releasing so many different ultimate figures, especially when it comes to like the likes of Predators and all these different things. The accessories are numerous and plentiful, so much so that I do have a box completely full of NECA accessories over there in the corner of this particular room. Now, this does bring up, I'm not entirely sure how to say it, because it does look pretty, like, perfect to the film Werewolf. Now, my only concern, considering my history with likes of NECA figures, is the feet. The feet look very similar to the feet on this. Obviously it's not too much of an issue on this particular werewolf, but on the new werewolf I feel as if it's going to encounter some standing problems. Now, that's not going to be an issue to everyone, because you can use likes of stands like this where you can stand the figures on there. But in this particular instance, I think it's going to be akin to the likes of the upgrade Predator, or the Assassin Predator, which is indeed quite a large figure, but the feet are really quite small and it is susceptible to tipping. So, the design of this particular release looks fantastic. I'm really excited to grab hold of this at some point, because The Howling really is one of my favourite werewolf movies. But I did have to express my concern for the feet in this particular release, because they do look articulated much like the Kessler werewolf, but there's not that much space on the ground to keep it upright. Ooh, I suppose the only other instance would be to get one of those stands with the little clamp on the back, but if that's part of a display, it might be a little bit detracting, a little bit distracting, I don't know. I haven't got any of those, except actually for the NECA Queen Alien, which does have like a front mount, which kind of props it up and stops it from falling over. So, I don't know. I'm really excited for this release, but I am kind of cautious considering the history I have with similar, like, figures with such small feet. So, if I'm talking complete bonkers, if I'm being too picky when it comes to this particular release, maybe I'm being a bit too cautious, but I think it was a really nice surprise actually to see that this was announced, because I am rather hyped for the likes of the NECA Christopher Lee action figure, and indeed now a Peter Cushing action figure from Hammer Horror, which is like some kind of dream like figure release for these types of things. It's really exciting that NECA is really delving into these different kind of like niches. I don't know how to really describe it, because they obviously for the most part like release like your mainstream type of things, whereas now they're obviously branching out into kind of more specific like horror things, which is really cool. I always loved the like NECA horror figures and stuff. I do need to pick up indeed what was it, Freddy Krueger, of course, from Nightmare on Elm Street. I have got Jason Voorhees from, I believe it is A New Beginning, the 5th one, and a Michael Myers, which thankfully Jack got me, and indeed the likes of Ripley and things like that, which I can do, actually, thinking about it, in a collection video. If you'd like to see that at any point, I will happily take a little look at any of these particular action figures and collectibles that I have got, because, you know, it's worth doing it, and I enjoy sharing all my collection with you, and I'm hopefully you're going to enjoy it too. But before I prattle on for too long, I'm really excited for this particular release. I look forward to seeing where NECA goes in the future as to their horror releases, and yeah, it will sit proudly on my shelf when I eventually get it. So, in the meantime, if you please like and subscribe to this channel, that would be absolutely fantastic, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one.